Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Art-O&J fans trolled Teresa Giudice as she poses with House of Villains co-stars. Are these her ex-inmates? The Real Housewives of New Jersey may be off the air for the foreseeable future, but its original star stayed booked and busy. Teresa Giudice is set to have a massive presence on House of Villains Season 2, premiering later this month on E! Her casting was announced earlier this year, and we've watched countless sneak peeks of the season as she goes up against Tiffany New York Pollard. Regardless of what you think of Teresa, she knows how to deliver good TV, and producers will probably laugh all the way to the bank when the show premieres. Pre-season footage shows her having countless arguments with Tiffany, which has made viewers question how she'll fare against the flavor of Love alum. As Monsters and Critics reported, the House of Villains Season 2 cast includes Wes Bergman, Larissa Lima, Richard Hatch, Jesse Goddard, Candy Muse, Victoria Larson, Camilla Poindexter, and Safari. Teresa feels the heat. Teresa has been busy promoting the show. Following a recent press event, she shared photos of her cast on social media. As expected, there were some comments beneath the photos that were sure that Art-O&J would rather not exist. But the reality of social media is that people will make their voices heard, and that's precisely what happened here. Are these her ex-inmates? One viewer wrote, clearly reminding everyone that Teresa was imprisoned for a lengthy spell many years ago. Teresa's time on Art-O&J has been marred in recent years by toxic fans who have let the show's toxicity spill online. Teresa even came out to try to shut it down earlier this year as social media bullying of her co-stars intensified. "You ruined the show," wrote another viewer, whom we're sure is referencing Art-O&J. The long-running Bravo series future is questionable as producers attempt to revitalize the cast. Teresa isn't as lucrative as she once was because network executives will look to trim budgets wherever possible. "Why her makeup always make her look washed out?" another viewer wrote. "How will Teresa fare in a house filled with villains?" Another critic wondered about the recent changes in Teresa's appearance. "Your lips stretch from one side of your face to the other. Why?" the fan wondered. "You were beautiful before all the drastic changes." Teresa is well known as one of Bravo's biggest villains, but will she handle the heat in a house with other people like herself? That's one of the more interesting questions as we await the new season of House of Villains. Teresa Giudice, one of the reigning queens of Bravo's Real Housewives of New Jersey, Art-O&J, has never been one to shy away from the spotlight. After all, this is a woman who has survived years of drama, prison time, family feuds, and multiple seasons of high-octane reality television. But even with her thick skin, Teresa probably wasn't prepared for the latest wave of trolling she received when she posed for a photo with her co-stars from her latest reality TV venture, House of Villains. It was supposed to be a fun promotional shot to drum up excitement for her new gig. After all, House of Villains brings together some of reality television's most notorious bad guys and gals for a competition of treachery and manipulation, and who better to represent the Art-O&J than Teresa, who has fought tooth and nail to maintain her status as one of Bravo's top housewives. In the photo, Teresa looked her usual glamorous self, posing confidently in a sleek black ensemble alongside her House of Villains co-stars, including Vanderpump Rules' Jax Taylor and The Apprentice Omarosa Manigault Newman. While many fans congratulated Teresa on her new venture, not all the comments were kind. In fact, the Bravo fan base, known for its ruthless commentary, quickly took to social media to make jabs at Teresa's past, particularly her well-known stint in federal prison. "Are these her ex-inmates?" one user snarked under the photo, while another chimed in, "Looks like Teresa's back with her crew from the yard." The comments were harsh, but they weren't entirely surprising. Teresa's 11-month prison sentence for fraud has long been fodder for public ridicule, and it seems that for some fans, they just can't let her past go. The villain label. The concept of House of Villains is almost tailor-made for someone like Teresa. Over the years, she's cultivated an image that vacillates between misunderstood mother and full-blown antagonist. She's flipped tables, gone head-to-head with former friend Jacqueline Morita, sparred with her sister-in-law Melissa Gorga, and maintained her fierce loyalty to her brother Joe Gorga despite their constant tension. Teresa has spent years navigating the complicated dynamics of family and friendship, all while being filmed for millions to see. And yet, for all the drama and tears she spilled on RHONJ, Teresa has always maintained that her actions stem from her fierce love for her family. While she may be labeled a villain by some, her fans are quick to defend her as a fighter, a survivor, and a woman who has been through more than most could ever endure. In a way, her participation in House of Villains is almost an admission of her role as one of reality TV's most polarizing figures. By embracing the villain label, Teresa is showing that she's in on the joke, that she understands how the public perceives her, and she's willing to play along for the cameras. But while she may be owning her villain status on this new show, it seems that some fans are still more interested in dragging up her past. Life after prison. Since her release from prison in December 2015, Teresa has worked hard to rebuild her life. She returned to RHONJ with renewed energy, determined to take care of her 4 daughters and maintain her public persona. She's written books, starred in reality shows, and even competed on Dancing with the Stars. But despite her efforts to move forward, her time behind bars remains one of the most defining aspects of her life in the eyes of many viewers. The trolling she received after her House of Villains photo is a stark reminder of this. While Teresa has tried to shake off her past, it seems that for some fans, her stint in prison is still the first thing they think of when they see her. It doesn't help that her co-stars on the new show include other controversial figures with their own checkered histories, like Jax Taylor, who was fired from Vanderpump Rules after a string of racist comments, and Omarosa, who has earned her own villainous reputation through her cutthroat behavior on multiple reality shows. In many ways, the House of Villains cast is a rogues gallery of reality TV stars who have all been labeled bad guys at some point in their careers. But while the others have largely been defined by their on-screen personas, Teresa's villain label has always been tied to her real-life legal troubles, and that makes her situation a bit more complicated. Public perception and Teresa's resilience. Teresa's resilience in the face of public scrutiny is part of what has made her such a compelling figure on RHONJ. Whether you love her or hate her, there's no denying that she's one of the most talked about reality TV stars of the last decade. Her ability to weather the storm of public opinion, even when it's brutally harsh, is a testament to her strength. But the trolling she faced after the House of Villains photo underscores just how difficult it can be for reality stars to escape their pasts. No matter how much Teresa tries to distance herself from her time in prison, it seems that some fans will never let her forget it. And while Teresa has always been able to brush off criticism, there's no doubt that the constant reminders of her time behind bars have to sting. Still, Teresa has never been one to back down from a challenge. In fact, she thrives on adversity. Her decision to join House of Villains is proof that she's willing to embrace her villain status, even if it means dealing with more snarky comments about her past. After all, if there's one thing Teresa Giudice knows how to do, it's survive. Turning the narrative around, one can't help but wonder if Teresa's time on House of Villains will allow her to rewrite her narrative once again. While her past may always be a part of her story, this new show gives her an opportunity to show a different side of herself, one that's strategic, cunning, and perhaps even a little wickedly fun. By playing the game of the villain, Teresa could very well win over some of the fans who have long written her off as a one-dimensional reality star. In the end, Teresa Giudice's journey from housewife to villain is just another chapter in her ever-evolving story. She's been knocked down before, but she's always found a way to get back up. And if there's one thing her fans and haters alike should know by now, it's that Teresa Giudice is not someone who will let a little trolling, or even a prison sentence, keep her down for long. Whether or not she'll win House of Villains remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure. Teresa is here to stay, and she's ready to embrace whatever role the public wants to cast her in, even if it comes with a few more digs about her time behind bars.